the struggle is real. How long does that Capital One check deposit really take? Ever write a rent check, nervously calculate the remaining days in the month, and pray it clears in time? Or maybe you're a freelancer waiting on a client's check to finally hit your account. Let's face it, the waiting game with checks can be a real nail-biter. If you're a Capital One customer, you might be wondering, how long does it actually take for that check to show up in your account? Can you breathe a sigh of relief and order those takeout tacos you've been eyeing, or is it best to hold off on any celebratory spending? Fear not, fellow check depositors, because today we're diving deep into the world of Capital One check deposits. We'll crack the code on their processing times, explore the different ways you can deposit a check, and shed some light on those sometimes confusing funds availability messages. So, grab a snack, settle in, and get ready to become a check deposit pro. But first, a quick detour, the case of the instant deposit myth. Let's be honest, the ideal scenario is an instant deposit. We take a picture of the check with our phone, hit a button, and bam! The money's magically there. Unfortunately, for most traditional checks, that world doesn't quite exist yet, although some peer-to-peer payment apps might offer something close. Here's the thing, checks need verification. Banks gotta make sure those funds are real before crediting your account. It's a security measure, and while it might not be the most exciting thing for us impatient folks, it keeps our hard-earned cash safe. Now, with that out of the way, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of Capital One's check deposit game. Unveiling the Capital One check deposit timeline. Capital One offers a few different ways to deposit your check, and the processing time can vary slightly depending on the method you choose. Here's a breakdown. Mobile deposit. This is a super convenient option, especially for those who are always on the go. You simply use the Capital One mobile app to snap a picture of the front and back of your check. The good news? In most cases, the funds should be available in your account the next business day. There is a caveat, though. If you make the mobile deposit after 9 p.m. Eastern Time, it might take an extra day to process. So, for those late-night financial sprints, plan accordingly. Branch deposit, heading into a Capital One branch? Great! Deposits made in person at a branch are typically available the next business day as well. This can be a good option if you need a guaranteed same-day confirmation or prefer a face-to-face interaction. ATM deposit. Not all Capital One ATMs accept checks, so it's always a good idea to check their website or the ATM itself before heading out. But, if you find a check-accepting ATM, your deposit should also be available in your account the next business day. Hold on a sec, what about weekends and holidays? Here's where things can get a little tricky. Since business days are weekdays, Monday through Friday, any deposits made on weekends or holidays will likely be processed on the following business day. So, if you deposit a check on a Friday afternoon, you might not see the funds until Tuesday. But wait, there's more. The mystery of the hold. Alright, so we've talked about how long it takes for funds to be available. But there's another layer to this check deposit onion, the hold. Sometimes, even though your online banking might show the funds as available, Capital One might place a hold on them for a few extra days. This is just another security measure to ensure the check clears properly. The hold period can vary depending on the amount of the check, your account history, and even the bank that issued the check. For most Capital One accounts, checks drawn on another Capital One account should clear without a hold. However, checks from other banks might be subject to a hold of up to 4 business days. Capital One check deposit, the final verdict. So, to wrap it all up, Capital One check deposits are generally pretty speedy. For mobile deposits and branch deposits, you can expect the funds to be available in your account the next business day, as long as you deposit before the 9 p.m. Eastern Time cutoff for mobile deposits. Just keep in mind that weekends, holidays, and potential holds can add some extra waiting time.